I'm going to show you how to work with dates in JavaScript. For this, I have created a time.html document, and I have here it opened with the live server. I'm going to create a script tag, and you don't have to create all the HTML structure for these examples to work, okay? Do it in a real website, but here with the script tag is more than enough. So I'm going to create a new variable called today. I'm going to create a new instance of date, and I'm going to console.log it so you can see what it's being displayed, okay? So as you can see, it's the date we are right now, okay? So today is November 11, Monday of 2024, and it's 12:49, okay? Great. But this right here is not only a string. This is what is called a class. You don't have to understand what a class is right now because that's more advanced. But we use this word new and the date is with the first letter uppercase opening and closing. This is an instance of a class called date, and we can use many methods. Okay, so if we add a dot, you can see here we have get date, get day, get full year, and tons of them. Okay, so if we get the day, open and close parentheses, you see 1, but today is 11. That's because today is Monday. Okay, we are getting the day, which is Monday. If we create and get date, we get 11, which is the actual number of the date. But we can get full year, we can get anything we want, and we can also create custom dates. Okay, so let custom date equal to new. Let me copy everything. Okay, so it's faster here, and instead of today, I'm going to say custom date. Okay, now I'm going to show it like this, and I'm going to say today is, so we can differentiate one from the other. Today is, and this is the custom date. Great. Now in here I can add a string that has to be a certain format. We can use many formats like ISO. We can use this one that is being displayed right here, and we don't need to add all the information. We can only add the date, and it will default to the hour 0000. But we can also add the hours and minutes, minutes and seconds, etc. Let me show you. Okay, so let's create a date for October 12 of 2024. Okay, and we have here October 12, 2024, and the default hour is 0. But we can add here the hour, so I want it to be at 12:30. Okay, and now it's at 12:30. But I want the second to be 14. Okay, so we can add the second, but we can also make it with the ISO convention. So we can say, okay, 2024, month October, and day the 28th of October. Okay, so October 28, 2024. Okay, but we can change this to 2020, for example, and the hour will be you can see the default hour is 0, but we can say at 22, 25, 26. Okay, so we have that hour. Great. How can we combine those dates? Okay, imagine when we want to create a countdown, we have to subtract the date the countdown ends at to the date we are currently on. Okay, so let's say that we want to create a countdown that ends tomorrow. Okay, so 12 at midday. Okay, at 12 o'clock. Great. How can we get the time how can we subtract this date from this date? Well, we have to do what it's called get time. Okay, and this will be very weird, but as you can see here, we have some very long number. This is what is called a Unix timestamp. Okay, so if you search it for it online, Unix timestamp is the time in milliseconds since January, the 1st of January of 1970. Okay, Universal Time Central or something like that. Okay, so it's changing its second. Okay, so these are the seconds since this moment. Okay, but in this function right here, it's getting it in milliseconds. Okay, so that's a universal standard that is used. You don't have to know the history or anything, but with this we have two numbers, so we can subtract them. Okay, so if I say let difference equal to custom date minus today, and console.log the difference. We have the difference between this date and this date in milliseconds. So how can we show this difference in seconds? I'm going to say here, not in seconds. Well, I want to show it in days, okay? So let's say how many, in hours. Okay, let's say how many hours of difference there are. Well, we can use difference, and we can divide it by 1000, because 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. Now we have let me show it here. Okay, reference difference is not defined. Difference. Oh, sorry, I misspelled difference. Okay, so we have now the date in seconds. If we multiply those seconds per 60, now we have the date in minutes. Okay, I have to add parentheses here. Now we have the date in minutes. If we multiply those minutes per 60, now we have the date in hours. Okay, so it's 23 hours until tomorrow at 12, and it makes sense because now it's 12:54, so it's 23 hours. Okay, if we add the same time, 12:55, it will say 24 hours, because in one day this countdown will end. And if we want to say days, we will not a 24, because a day have 24 hours, and it will be 1 day. And instead of 12, I add here 25, it will be in 13 days and 99.99, because now it has passed that hour. Okay, so this is the way to get the difference between certain dates. But how can we display this time updated? Okay, because if I say let me this is days until, okay, and I'm going to add days. Great. Let me show you this. If I say if I console.log today, okay, I'm going to create a new date. Okay, I'm going to let today 2. Okay, I'm going to create a new date so we can see it like this. Console.log today 2. Okay, so we can see it like this. Okay, as you can see, the time is this one, but it's not being updated. Okay, if I refresh the page, it gets updated 56:04. If I update, it gets updated. Every time I refresh, it gets updated. But how can I update it in real life? Well, we can use what is called an interval. Okay, so I can set an interval, and this takes 2 parameters. First, a function that is going to run, and then the interval we're going to set, so the function will run every time that interval passes. Okay, so for example, I'm going to create a function called say hello, and this function, sorry, I have to define it. Okay, function say hello, and this function is going to console.log hello. Okay, and I'm going to pass that function here, say hello, and every second it's going to say hello. Okay, so it says hello, hello again, hello again. You can see this number being updated because it's being console log every time. Let me do something. Let me math random. Okay, this creates a random number, so you can see one random number, another one, another one, another one every 1000 milliseconds. I can make it faster, and every half second is going to be doing this, or every 100 milliseconds. Now it's really fast. Okay, or every 5 seconds, for example. I'm going to make it 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds there will be one number updated. So what we can do is we can console log this date every second. So, okay, so it will get updated, but it's not going to work. Look, it's being console log, but the date is not being updated because we are getting the date outside this interval. So we have to get it inside this interval, and now the date will be updated. 50, 51, 52, 53. So we are getting a timer right now. 56, 57, 58, 59. Now that's 1 minute. Okay, so it's being updated in real time. Now we have created a counter, and we can combine this right here with this right here to create a countdown or anything we want related to dates. Okay, this of course you can add the function like this. Okay, so you can add this functionality right there, and it will work the same way. Okay, so you can see it's being updated, but I have done it in a different function.